We are rushing.
We always end up in a rush.
We always end up in a rush. It's always us two rushing somewhere. But do we not always make it though? We do make it. Ocho, ocho. How was the class?
The class was great. I felt my backpack a couple of times.
That's good. Imani, how was the class?
How long was I knocked out for?
I actually don't. I'm wondering the same thing for myself.
And she said something else that obviously I knew was sleep, and I was like, she said it was morning. Yeah.
Oh no, cause that was a long. What's it called? Vajasana. Oh my goodness, that sleep felt so good, even though it was probably for like less than 2 minutes or something. I don't know.
I think it was for a bit though, I'm not gonna lie, because I feel like I knocked out, but the music changed.
Yes.
And it kind of scared me when the music changed. It was
Right.
the beat thing.
Oh my
I
goodness.
listened to me, but it woke me up.
This is so lovely. Look at the clouds. No, they will be seeing me.
Yeah, I really like it.
Hello. I have not actually recorded much of anything as of late in terms of explaining my experience, just because I had to return my laptop. I don't have a laptop anymore. It's officially been 1 week. Let's debrief. Now is when I'm starting to realize that I definitely have to play catch up a little bit, just because there are things that I'm learning about that I have never heard about, and then in my other class there are things that I'm learning about that I have completely learned about, and I'm just like revisiting them. So I have a literature class. We have been going over the same things that I went over when I took AP Spanish in the 10th and 11th grade. So basically the forms of poetry and literature that there were in the Middle Ages and the Renaissance and things of that nature, and it's very familiar to me, extremely familiar. We went over some of the authors whose names I don't remember. I'm really bad remembering names. Once I'm looking at them, I know, but once it's gone, it's gone. I'm actually gonna get my material because I do want to just do it by name. That's something that is really different here, of course, from New York or from the United States in general, is that they do most things, if not all, physically. Like, they do put the stuff up on the board, like the slides, the handouts that they do, the readings, like all of that is paper. And I've never ever had paper like this, where like all the activities are like, you know, like this. Like, I haven't had this since high school, of course. Yeah, like we don't do this in college, so that's a very interesting thing actually. Also, something else that I don't know if it's like inappropriate to mention, I have not gotten more than 5 hours most a night of sleep, because I have built such a beautiful community with everyone else here that like at night we're just up having fun with one another, and then we have to be back up at like 6 or 7 a.m. so we can get to class by 9 and eat breakfast beforehand. And I'm not complaining, I really enjoy hanging out with them, but I would definitely say keep in mind that you probably will not be sleeping if you get along with your classmates. And I'm okay with that. We went over El Conde Lucanor. I'm gonna speak Spanish because my class is in Spanish, and a lot of things it's funny because before coming to this experience there were a lot of things in English that I couldn't say in Spanish, and now I feel like there are some things in Spanish that I probably couldn't say in English. So ellos tienen refrase. There's one that the teacher gave me that I never heard of before. She was like, es mejor tener un pájaro en la mano que 100 pájaros volando, meaning that like it's better to have one thing in your hand than to have a bunch of birds. It's better to have one bird in your hand than to have 100 birds flying around you. Meaning it's better to have one settled thing than to have a bunch of things up in the air. And you know, that's actually such good like life advice that I kind of appreciated hearing right now from myself. But yes, stories like that where the end goal is to have a specific, like concise analogy and like advice and metaphoric advice. I went over this in high school, so this was not new to me. I just really enjoyed being able to see it in a different light, and also just like in the country that it originated. It's just really nice. We also spent a lot of time in both of my classes going over the things that are related to our countries. So not only are we talking about Spain, but they're also asking us, like, what is this like where you're from? And there are a lot of United States students. I would say out of our class, half of them are from the United States. It's a very small class, but like half of us are from the United States. And I love to listen to other people, but I'm always thinking about like DR, because I actually don't really know too much about my origin, like my native country. So people are talking about the United States. I don't really feel connected, and I feel like I should do a lot more research on these things with my country. And so for example, one of our classes was looking at literature throughout the Renaissance period, the 15th century and the 16th century. And of course there was no DR technically in the 15th centuries, and it was a little difficult to do that research because there is no as far as I'm concerned, there is no documented art or literature from the Taínos, which were the people that were there before Christopher Columbus came along. If you would have told my high school self that I would be here excited about this, we are talking about Don Quixote de la Mancha, yeah, y Lazarillo de Tormes. Don Quixote de la Mancha, I always thought it was a very interesting story. I didn't really connect with it very much, but now that I'm older and I think I'm understanding like the purpose of why it was written. I don't think we've gotten to that point yet, but it makes it a little more interesting to me, because I feel like it's a commentary on how people would like, what's it called, like they would deem the rebellious and the crazy people as the people that actually are making sense and are just trying to get justice for other people. Because one of their stories in Don Quixote is that he of course he's like delusional, and he thinks that he's, I guess, a cowboy. Piensa que él un caballero, and he goes around acting in this way, and ends up freeing 4 criminals because their crimes were kind of petty. And he's talking to the person who's imprisoning them and bringing them to the king, and he's like, well, no, these crimes are stupid, and it doesn't make any sense that you guys are going to punish these people in a cruel way if the crimes are stupid. So yeah, like in the story he's delusional, but technically he's making a whole lot of sense. We are touching up on sonnets, and I was reminded why that class was not my favorite. Again, now as an adult, I can really appreciate the art that went behind these pieces of writing. But when I was a teenager, when I was 16 years old, I was like, no, this is too much. I don't know what they're talking about. Hearing those metaphors and those like literary devices that were being used in these pieces of work are so beautiful, and I'm so grateful for this experience, because I'm getting to do so in Spain. Like, that's just insane. Now with my culture class, now that's interesting, because I don't know anything that we're learning. I'm literally learning everything there for the very first time, and I think it's a really good balance for me, because I think a lot of other people in the class, it's the same experience for both classes. For me, it's like, one, I'm like, okay, this is just revision, but it's like the other one, I'm like, what? Now for other people in the class, they do have the history, like they might have lived in Europe, and they come from Asian countries that teach these kind of things, but in none of my classes ever have we talked in depth about the history of Spain, or any European country for that matter. So I'm learning the stages that Spain has gone through in their political realm, and it's such an interesting history. So I had no idea that they had a king. I had no idea that they've always had a king. I had no idea that they had several coup d'etats. They had several golpes de gobierno. Is that? I just know they're called golpes. I'm not sure what the actual word is. Again, I'm running on 3 hours of sleep. But I definitely have to lock in, because the readings are, I won't say that I struggle with reading, but reading Spanish, but I do struggle with reading period. My attention span when it comes to reading, especially on like this is a very tiny font, and there's a lot of stuff here. Like if it were this, like if this were the format of all the pages, I think it would be a lot easier for me to read. But these are like textbook pages that are being assigned to us, and it's really hard for me to keep up. And I've also just been like socializing. I've really just been trying to immerse myself in the Spanish culture, and I need to lock in. So my classmates and I are going to be meeting later to have a study group, and I'm so excited because I love body doubling, especially when it comes to academics, because then we can help each other and no one falls behind and everyone can ask questions. And it's also, I gotta recognize that I'm the only one who's like a native Spanish speaker. So I really do love to offer my help in any way that I can. And it's just, I'm just having so much fun. I'm having such a great experience, because not only do I feel enlightened, I feel like I'm learning so many things, I also feel extremely useful. So in culture, something that was really interesting today, which I am kind of obsessed with personally, is that both of my teachers, because I only have 2 teachers, they both had to address the fact that there are students that like leave the class to go to the bathroom and then they are out for more than 5 minutes. They both were like, just letting y'all know. The first one, she was like, yeah, please don't do that. And the second one was like, since I'm teaching y'all culture, I'm letting y'all know that culturally speaking, that is not normal. Like maybe it's normal where you're from, but in Spain, we do not normalize going to the bathroom and staying out there for 10 minutes because we are thinking that you are bored, that you are confused, that you're on your phone on social media, and that's not normal to us. And I have to admire the directness and the transparency of the communication that was presented, because I feel like in the States, like teachers can be passive about that. Like they'll make a comment and it's like you're supposed to pick up on the fact that you're not supposed to be out for more than 5 minutes, because obviously like you're not peeing for 5 minutes, especially because the bathrooms are literally like 5 feet away from the rooms. But they straight up said, this is not normal, please don't do this. I don't know why you guys are doing this, please don't do this. On a personal note, I spent the weekend with my classmates in Barcelona. I spent the weekend in Barcelona with my classmates. The downside to understanding Spanish fluently is the fact that I understand Spanish fluently. And Spanish people, from my experience, definitely have an ability to be mean. To some extent, you know, oddly enough, I appreciate it, because the things that they are mean about, it's almost like this is common sense. Like, why are you not understanding? I feel like in America, again, they're very passive. Like, you may not know that they're upset, or like you may be able to tell they're upset, but they won't tell you. Whereas like Spanish people, they will tell you. Like, you will know that you are annoying them. Apart from that, Barcelona was beautiful. It felt very city-like. I actually felt a little more at home New York wise, because there were so many people. Definitely not comparable to New York, so many people, but there were so many people outside. We got to Barcelona at 11 p.m. and there were people outside. People were outside. Yeah, there are so many spaces to sit at in Europe here. I mean, I don't know about all of Europe, but definitely every part of Spain that I've been to, there's always a bench to sit at. Every other block you will find a bench. Like, you will never have to be like, oh my god, I'm tired of walking, and you can't find somewhere to sit. You will find somewhere to sit. So I can really appreciate that. I will say too that on a personal note, we went to a hostel, and that will be the very last, that was the first and will be the very last time that I'm very confident in saying that anyone who was with me will ever be going to a hostel. Yeah. And I don't think I want to speak anymore on it. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna have to talk to my therapist about it. It was funny. Like, I think I mean, I'm laughing about it already, but yeah, I know this weekend we are planning to go watch people run with bulls. Van a correr con toros. Apparently it's a Spanish thing, and apparently we're gonna go do that. It's one of my classmates' birthdays. She's turning 19 and we're so excited for her. So I feel like we're gonna be going to do that, but also celebrating her birthday. And I'm just having such a good time. The community here is so beautiful. I just keep meeting new and yeah. I have been telling every single person who texts me, like all of my friends, I'm like, I better see you in another country next year. Like, I better see you in another country next winter. And I keep trying to push people to do it because this is amazing. I couldn't have asked for a better summer. Imagine me just sitting in New York doing absolutely nothing. Instead, I'm in Spain, learning about Spain culture in Spain. Do you understand? Like, I'm getting first-hand experience while also learning it in class and being able to discuss it with people. It's been amazing, and I truly wouldn't trade it for the world, and I couldn't change anything about it. The food I won't talk about because it's not gonna be anything positive, and that's what I have to say on that. Till next time, I guess.
Go ahead.
So we found an Asian restaurant that we're going to try because we have been hungry for a week and a half. And we're going to do a predetermined judgment rating on how good we think the food might be out of 10. So we'll start with Shirley.
I think the food, just based on our experience, is going to be a 5.
Okay, I think that's Cartwheels.
Solid 4.
Okay.
I'll give them a 4.756.
Okay. So on average, we got like 4.5. All right. What do y'all think is going to be the worst part of this experience?
I don't want to say the food because I'm really banking on it to be good. So I'm gonna just say I don't think anything is gonna be bad. I hope that it's gonna be all good.
It might be close.
Okay. That is realistic.
Okay, that's it. We're done.
Hey guys, so we're at the restaurant and we have some the waitress is very nice, the place is very beautiful, it smells nice. So I have high hopes and this is the menu. I got shrimp fried rice, mixed vegetables, and some fried chicken pieces. I like salt.
Am I making eye contact? This weekend, because I don't want to go to Pamplona.
Hey guys. Where you been at?
Beautiful. Are you kidding me?
Someone called your name. Turn up, look over there like someone called your name.
Se edificó, se construyó del siglo 7 al 11, para os cuento. Texto religioso. Oraciones para la misa.
She doesn't want to chat with me right now. She wants to get her tea and biscuits. Would you forgive me?
It's crazy, we actually love tea.
I know that like tea. Green tea makes me shake.
That's good.
You gonna mute this, right? Watch your ad subtitles now.
I love green tea. They already know that about me.
Green tea be having my stomach doing cartwheels.
That's good, I feel like. Yeah, it really is. That's a natural Ozempic. Oh my goodness. It gets prettier.
Okay, this is kind of cute.
Look how beautiful. So pretty.
Y igual os habéis dado cuenta, hay algunas numeraciones en este suelo, porque esto hasta el siglo XVIII fue un cementerio de Medina. En la iglesia hay dos apoyos. Arriba, pues cantabas sin música, a capella. En este coro, algunos ya han pasado y han los demás, este coro, este bajo, era para las fiestas importantes y cantaban con música.
This is kind of fire.
Ahí la veis con la corona y con el cetro en la mano. Bueno, esta sacristía tiene su historia. Vamos a ver. Las formas que se dedican a cosas divinas, como la iglesia o la sacristía, son las...
This whole terror movie saw her. What is that?
Ahora os pongo un poquito más de luz, que tenemos más luz, ¿vale?
¿Qué es esto?
Y son de verdad, Típica pregunta, son de verdad. No son de mentira. ¿Vale? ¿Gustan? España, O sea, libros sueltos, muchos, bastantes. Pero completas 4. Una...
That was nice. That was real nice. Ocho.
Tengo que trabajar. Hacemos una más y subimos, ¿vale? ¿Quieres una más?
Charlie, take 3 steps back from running.
And then try going straight.
Wow.
One and then salsa.
3, 2, 1. You did it!
That's interesting. Yeah, so it's a woman that
You were saying like the trees, you were like, we have enough trees.
It's Rakaya's birthday tomorrow. We're gonna get her nose pierced today because tomorrow's Sunday and they're closed. And we're so excited for her. But we're trying to be chill about it.
pongo aquí porque aquí un arito le va a quedar muy bonito. O sea, en todo el centro de la aleta de la nariz. Si te lo pongo aquí se te va a ver muy extraño.
Yeah, it might look really off.
That's a weird place. Yes.
She's already made.
You were right about the place. I told you.
Happy birthday to you.
Cha cha cha.
Happy birthday, dear Rakaya.
One hop this time. Right foot, let's stop. Left foot, let's stop. Cha cha now, y'all. Last time we get
It's like paddle boards and kayaks like in the middle.